He's down to 4.
Yeah. I think these decks basically just mulligan until they get their bazaars sometimes. Oh, Stern Powder thing happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let them know they can start whenever they're ready.
Yeah,
You can start whenever you're
ship it.
ready. Good luck. Um, Stern Powder is a funny card, actually.
It is, especially with in the London Mulligan, which I know we're all pretty much used to, but I do remember when it first came out, we were all like, wait, Serum Power? Serum Powder? London Mulligan? What?
Yeah.
How does it work? Well, we
So
figured it out. We figured it out.
you probably now he's going to 5. You probably have played more modern than I have in the last couple of years, but
Mm,
wasn't there a modern deck with Serum Powder at one point that was hot?
yeah.
Was that Eldrazi?
That was, it took advantage of exiling a specific card, an Eldrazi that can only be played from exile. It's also featured in Food
Oh,
Chain in the Legacy
Eternal
deck.
Scourge.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I remember this card. Yeah. Okay, that's when
Um,
Ayavugan was legal, I guess. Is it that far back?
no, no, it wasn't that far back.
Okay.
And then there are a few decks that have used it, but generally it's an Eldrazi build. Like Gruul Eldrazi has used it, I believe, in the past. Or excuse me, Black White Eldrazi.
Okay.
And then there are a few people who have used it in very weird ways in combo decks that I can't say I'm super familiar with, but I think it has something something Gristlebrand.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's how I think I've seen it.
Fair enough. I know there was at one point though, and I think you remembered correctly with Eldrazi. There was one point where Serum Powder was just all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, it looks like it took Gordon mulliganing down to 3 to find his Bazaar of Baghdad,
yep.
and got a good solid dredge or a Bazaar activation to start off with Prized Amalgam, Shambling Shell, and Golgari Thug. Shambling Shell actually is a feature in this deck exclusively for the fact that it has a green pip because it's exiled to Force Vigor.
That is a good point. Yeah, I never thought about that, but he did
I mean,
exile
it's a
that
dredge
exact card against you, I
3.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like not that great. We were joking. I was like, "Oh, why did I play Phyrexian Revoker? I can't name Bizarre."
Right.
He's like, "Well, technically, Shambling Shell has an activated ability." I'm like,
It
"Yeah, it
does. It
does."
does. I think Hollow One was a good choice though. Although I
You
don't know
never
how they
know.
would ever cycle it, but that's a whole other
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
Um, no other activated abilities in the deck though.
No, no. Yeah, my deck definitely does not line up nicely to Dredge right now, and I can definitely see why it's falling out of popularity.
Yeah. Force of
When
Vigor is
I've
just
played,
brutal.
yeah, in Vintage. Oh, there we go. Strip mine. When I've played Bizarre decks in Vintage, I play the really aggressive Vengevine build,
Hmm.
which has a slightly higher fail rate.
The Hollow Vine, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
This is more
Oh,
like
Mulligan to
Dredge.
3, and then he's got another Bazaar of Baghdad. Uh,
I think I think Gordon has all the luck on his side tonight, though.
I know. Well, he was saying it. He placed very well recently in the internal weekend. I think he said 14th.
Yeah,
And
that's right. It is
let's
unfortunate
see,
though that we can't. What's that?
We're still deciding whether or not we can get a box. We just said basically to our friend, so it's a 60 card deck. But
Oh, gotcha.
like, yeah, in theory, in the before times, but things are getting real intense, so we don't know when
Yeah,
we'll be able
really.
to draft.
Yeah, not probably not a good time, especially this year, to be meeting up
Mhm.
right now.
So it looks like Ryan's Deathrite Shaman got forced pitching Narcomoeba on turn 1.
Yep. Shell, prized amalgam, discarded with Bazaar. Bazaar is just insane, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Now, Bazaar is legal in Commander, isn't it?
Yeah, but you only get one copy.
That's true. But yeah, I guess it's like a non-issue, both for that reason and nobody has them anyway, right?
Yeah. All right, there we go. Wasteland on Bazaar of Baghdad and a Deathrite Shaman to start picking at the graveyard.
Yep. Icarid.
It's amazing to me how similar this deck looks to just
Oh my
Legacy
goodness.
Dredge. Oh my gosh, he never doesn't have it another Bazaar.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, it does look quite similar to Legacy Dredge, other than the forces and stuff like that.
Many Legacy Dredge lists will play Force, especially the ones that have mana. Or mana lists will often play Force in the sideboard. The only reason I don't is I just don't have my own set.
What's
But
that proxy, by the way?
Oh, that proxy is a land. It's a wasteland. Okay.
Oh, it's Wasteland. Okay.
He told me it's a wasteland. This is a great set of Dredge. We saw a Bridge from Below hit the bin.
Mm-hmm.
Cabal Therapy to start getting things to go off. Yep. Now, if you are Ryan, what are you? If you have access to the mana, what are you gonna exile out of Gordon's graveyard?
That is a good question. If you ever get to that point,
You can only get instants or sorceries. Sorry, you can get creatures. He has green. Yeah, he has green.
I guess.
Murphy is very excited to see you. I just feel like you should know this.
Oh, what's up, Perfy? Perfy always makes me laugh. Welcome, Perfy. I'm still not sure if Perfy is a super troll or just trying to gas me up every time. I'm not clear on that yet. It's to be determined. Oh, did he just activate it now? The Death Right? I missed what he got.
It looks like he got the Wasteland.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, or the Bazaar. I see a Bazaar in the graveyard. And then
Icarid.
here we go, upkeep, Icarid, exiling a Shambling Shell, which also is black, which is nice. Dredge, 5, 6, 5.
Super trolls don't use hearts. Okay, fair enough. Oh, that's a zombie token. Okay, so price amalgam, zombie token, Icarid. I dig it. Is Icarid
Here we go.
still? I mean, you've played Legacy Dredge. Is it still in the deck? It is, right?
1,000,000,000%, yes.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Perfy, I'm pretty good. It's a
Wow,
Monday.
are we done already? Jeez.
Dredge is just kicking butt, taking names.
Oh boy.
He's as stunned as everybody.
Yeah, so this is just a vintage Oops All Spells.
Featuring Balustrade Spy, Thassa's Oracle.
Sitting for me, yeah, that's all the standard Oops All Spells stuff in Archimevas.
We're already oopsing here. I think Phil Blechman's already about to win.
Yeah, that is
Yeah, and here we go. Phil's starting it off. Mox.
I'm a City Informer.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. That's how you do it.
That is. Well, thanks.
Bizarre activated here, discarding Golgari Thug, Stinkweed, and Icarid.
And a Chalice on 0.
And Chalice on 0.
So that's going to make it really hard for Phil to keep loopsing. Yeah, Log T1, we got Vintage tonight. Magic's most powerful spells.
Log T, if I remember correctly, you spent a lot of channel points last time, and you're the reason why we're playing Vintage. Is that right? Am I remembering correctly? All right, we're already like done with this game already, I think.
Right. I'm currently looking over Phil's list and wondering how he's going to finish the game with a Chalice on 0.
So what does the Chalice on 0 do?
He was able to do it. He did Agadeem's Awakening and got out his Narcomoebas and Dread Return. GG's.
Belcher.
So it looks like Oops All Spells, which is always something people want to dabble with. Like in all formats, there's an Oops All Spells kind of floating around. I think Pioneer right now. There's always been one-ish in Legacy and sometimes in Modern.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just something we like to try to play the game on a different axis. So I think people are going to keep doing it. But yeah, paradoxical outcome would just be better. Belcher would just be better.
Yep.
It's like playing Manaless Dredge in Legacy. Yeah, it's better to have mana, but it's more fun when you win without it.
Yep. All right, so Logt's saying it's a worse graveyard deck unless it has some way to win without passing from the graveyard. Yeah, I don't know. Chalice on 0 hurts here, I think, too.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, go ahead.
Gordon did bring in the Leyline of Sanctities. I'm not super sure what they're gonna prevent, but he could just have enough bad cards to take out.
Yeah, he also might not know what the hell's in Phil's deck because we're not playing open deck list tonight. He might be thinking, maybe I'll get Thoughtseized or something. Mana Crypt discarded to hand size.
Is that a Mox Amber under that Mana Crypt?
I believe it is. So there's a... Oh, Leyline turns off Turmod? That's true. It does. That's a good point.
Okay.
What's up, Casthaven? There's like a thing with the players who play on our stream for some reason. You have to put your proxy little pieces of paper in front of cards that are worth something. I don't know how that started, but we've seen like
good point.
Tundras.
I forgot about Leyline turning off Rod Effects, Wastelands, Graveyard Hate.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Pre-game, Gordon and I were theory crafting a straight up Leyline deck in Vintage, which would obviously include Leyline of Sanctity, Leyline of the Void, and that red Leyline, which I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah. Leyline of the red stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
I think this matchup is a bit of a rarity because Oops All Spells isn't really a deck every time.
That's true. Icarid attacks here. A zombie comes into play. Grave Troll discarded, then hand size. Ponder? I didn't see Ponder in the list before. How is this list similar to Legacy Oops? It's quite different, it seems.
Right, so Legacy Oops, I believe, has to cast the Thassa, whereas this deck is just pushing it out.
Yeah, other than having power. I guess...
So the core of Oops All Spells, right, is the Undercity Informer, Balustred Spy, Thassa's Oracle, and, oh my gosh, the black thing.
Creature you're thinking of? Are you thinking of creature?
Agamemnon, which is not correct, because that is definitely a Greek play.
I have no idea. Alright, swing for 8 there. Put Phil, I think, at 8.
But basically, the core is the same, except the Vintage deck can have all of these, super powerful cards and doesn't have has the issues of having restricted cards.
Yep. Is this a new form of Magic the Gathering? We hope not, Tensi Terry. We hope not. This is just Vintage. Alright, game 2 goes to Gordon.
I don't remember what it was. I didn't play at that time. I just have heard stories. But the fact that Mana Drain got a reprint is still awesome.
Yeah.
That card desperately needed a reprint, and it's, it gets played in Vintage a lot. It's in my Vintage queue.
Well, we're already at Dark Ritual into Undercity Informer. It's a good start. Wheel of Misfortune. Oh, that's a good one. All right, Force of Will. Thank goodness. We might actually have a game here. Log T says the Conspiracy White card might win one game a month for some out-of-date blue-white player, and that's it. Well,
perfect.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Will Hull
My first
Breacher in
attempt at
opposition
vintage.
to... I'm sorry, what?
My first attempt at vintage was blue-white land still, so
Oh,
good
okay,
for
okay.
them for winning.
Yeah, the
Hull
two
Breacher?
flash creatures. Bug will play agent. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that flash agent, right?
yeah. I've played with that card a bit so far, and
Mm-hmm.
it's awesome. When you catch people with it, it's brutal. It's really bad.
Opposition agent, yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I mean, even Mind Sensor has been a staple in all my Commander white decks forever, so
Hmm.
I'm just really excited that Black gets to play in that sphere as well.
Yep. I like how Phil just has his double face cards face down in the sleeve, like he knows he's never going to use the other side.
That's fair.
That's pretty clever. Tormod's Crypt. Okay, there's the Tormod's Crypt that we were warning everybody about.
Mm-hmm.
When do you fire that off? I guess not yet, right? Maybe?
I'm looking at the graveyard. We've got Force of Will, Golgari Thug, Shambling Shell, and Hollow One. It's tempting to go for it because then you can shut him off. How many? It depends on how many cards. Look on the magic. It depends. He only has one card in hand, so I would be tempted to go now.
But he could just activate Bazaar still. You kind of have to wait for something really exciting to end up in the yard, no? Well, it looks like he's out of Force
You're
of
thinking
Wills.
you want to go for a lot, yeah.
I think you have to wait for like a moment where, there's Icarids and bridges and all that kind of crap in the yard, and then
But it hasn't
pop
stormed off yet.
Yeah, exactly. It's tricky though. Yeah, what happened to Vintage Lands? Is Vintage Lands just completely useless now? Is that deck just not a deck anymore?
Oh, I don't think I've seen it in a while.
Seems like it's been killed off based on my brief interactions with Vintage people.
Yeah, I would argue that the Bazaar decks are basically the Vintage Lands decks.
The Bazaar decks?
Oh no, not Bazaar decks, sorry. But they do run Bazaar, I think.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
with
they do.
Fastbond unrestricted, I'm sorry, I keep talking over you because I can't hear.
No, you're fine.
With Fastbond unrestricted though, um, has that led to Lands being a real player right now? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I think we all thought it would be. I know I did. And there's certainly ways to break Fastbond. But I just haven't seen the numbers personally.
No, I mean I don't keep a really close eye on the vintage challenges and whatnot that churn out every week. I just don't check them all the time. I do check though Joe Dyer's Vintage 101 article each week, or Vintage. Is it called Vintage 101? Sorry, I forgot. But yeah, I do check that.
Yeah. So I think. So Chad is saying Crab Shack is still fun. I have played Crab Shack. It's a ton of fun, for sure. And we do have a new toy for Fastbond, which is the Valakut Exploration. And we've seen that on our stream, that Valakut Exploration in Legacy Lands can be super impactful. So I would be really interested to see if Vintage Lands, with the addition of Fastbond, could go off and get to that level where it needs to be basically a combo deck.
Welp.
Well,
An hour and 15 minutes in the stream, we already finished 3 rounds. I hope you're ready to play.